Hello everyone and welcome to another pre-game edition of GTHL Hockey in the 6. I'm Jordan Jacklin, joined alongside Jaden Ho as we tee up Game 3 of this first round playoff series between the Don Mills Flyers and the Mississauga Senators. The Sens currently leading 2-0 over the Flyers in this regard, can eliminate Don Mills tonight. What have you seen from this Sens team so far that's really allowed them to really dominate?
Well, the Senators have just been relentless. They have so much talent all throughout their lineup, and they just have come at the Flyers in waves all throughout this series. Their forecheck has been one of their greatest strengths. They put so much pressure on those Flyers defenders in their own zone, and it makes them so dominant. They can hold the puck in the zone for long periods of time, and that's how they strike offensively.
And for Don Mills, we've noted so far throughout the series, discipline has been an issue.
Well, it has been a big issue. They've taken a lot of bad penalties, but they've done a good job at killing them off. Their penalty kill has been remarkable in this series, especially against the talented Mississauga Senators power play. But in the last game, they took a bad penalty. Kyle Butt now suspended for Game 3, meaning Michael Alexiou will be called up to step into the lineup here. So the discipline problem for the Don Mills Flyers costing them a key player for a key game.
And what have you liked about both teams' goaltenders in Abel Poland and Jack Ivankovic?
Well, I think both goaltenders have been very calm and composed under the bright lights of the GTHL playoffs. They've done a great job at fighting through traffic, and you know that come playoff time, there's always going to be so much traffic in front of the net. Players always going to the dirty areas in these big playoff moments. So these have been great goaltenders at just finding the puck on the slot shots through those heavy trafficked moments. So great goaltending both ways here.
Well, that's all from the 6 Hockey Studios as we get you sent to the ice for warm-up. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scotiabank Pond as we tee up Game 3 of this playoff series between the Mississauga Senators and the Don Mills Flyers. I'm Jordan Jacklin, joined alongside Jaden Ho. Sends up 2-0, can sweep the Flyers in 3. How is that going to happen, Jaden?
Well, the Senators need to keep playing their game. We know that they like to activate their defense and they like to get aggressive on the forecheck. So they're going to be doing that all night tonight as they try and eliminate the Flyers here.
And the Flyers just looking to stay alive as we are underway at Scotiabank Pond. And they send it back in, and goaltender Jack Ivankovic plays it out. Abel Poland on the other end for the Flyers. So the two netminders we've seen all series continue for this third game. All the way at the other end, now it's Max Anderson turning back around looking for options. Being challenged by Maxime Morin along the boards as they send it in. Morin will help out his teammate there along the corner as they battle away for it. Poking at that puck as it trickles into the neutral zone and out the other way. Here is Morin, or rather Ethan Broussard. Ethan Broussard was taken out back to the red line, so they'll have to regroup as we have an early line change for both teams. The Flyers out to play it now at the other end. Keenan Taylor on the ice for the Sens. On the far side there, going down hard was Jimmy Lombardi. A bit slow to get up, but was able to get to his feet. And already, Jaden, we're seeing the Flyers quick to the attack and trying to get to that puck as quickly as possible.
Well, the Flyers are playing like a team that's on the edge of elimination, which they are, so it's not going to be an easy task for the Senators tonight.
With it there, unable to poke it through, and we're back the other way. Valentini going after it. Is able to win that foot race into the corner now as bodies fly on the ice. Flyers looking to recover in the defensive zone as the puck gets rolled around the boards. And back past the red line. Sens generating a turnover there as they head for a change. And it's Anzi Show with it behind the net. Looking to play it out. Here we go, a potential odd man attack now for the Flyers. It's a 3-on-2. The other way, a shot by Fagan, stopped by Ivankovic. It's still loose in front of the goal, but the Sens are able to clear. Matthew Manza helping out defensively, but it's held in by Fagan. And this time we'll have a stoppage of play, but an early chance for Don Mills.
What a great play there on the odd man rush. It was a 2-on-2, but the Flyers had displayed some great patience, and they waited for the trailing man dropped it back, and got a great shot on goal. Ultimately, Jack Ivankovic makes a stellar stop to keep this a scoreless tie.
It'll be a face-off just outside the offensive blue line for the Sens. It will be Sean Costello taking the face-off, and he wins it back. Over to Jaden Connors, the offensive-minded defenseman. But that pass will be picked up by Charlie Pantalone, but it's the work of Costello forcing that in deep into the corner as they look to regain possession. Puck is maintained in the offensive zone now as Costello goes after it once again. And it's Maggiani now down low. Maggiani sending that back for Connors. Jaden Connors with a far-range shot. In front of the net, there was a rebound. But the Flyers are able to pick it up and skid it the other way. Ivankovic comes out to play it. The puck will bounce over the stick of freshly called-up player Michael Alexiou, who is in for Kyle Butt, who received a game misconduct in Game 2. Puck goes off the pad of Poland, but it's the Sens keeping it in play. This time it will head back into the neutral zone now. And already, just over 3 minutes into this game, we're seeing lots of chances. Here's Briere Long! Back the other way! Costello couldn't get the shot on net! And what a grade A scoring opportunity for Briere Long off that rush chance.
Great play there by the Senators, similar to that Flyers rush where they activate all of their forwards and get in on a check. And I think it was just that one extra pass that they tried to do that ultimately made the play fall apart. I think when you're in the slot like that, you got to take the shot.
Well, after the initial shot from Long, the puck ended up on the stick of Sean Costello, and he elected for the pass, but had probably a better chance to shoot in that opportunity. And now they get it back into the offensive zone, but the Flyers are able to clear, or rather, it comes back. So they are able to maintain. Here's Gabriel Trozo with it, holding the blue line. Over to his partner in Calseco, or rather, Luke Bonomo. Flyers now try to bring it back just past the red line. It's Max Anderson leading the rush. Anderson looking for Hartnett, who will skate it in deep along the half wall. It's Bonomo now with it, trying to clear the zone, with Valentini looking to be springed up, but it's the Flyers maintaining the forecheck. This time they'll get the cross seam pass the other way, and it'll be Briere Long dumping it deep, and we'll head for the change. With it now along the boards, it's sent back out. A new chance there, generating the turnover there was Jimmy Lombardi. But it's Alexiou who was responsible defensively in that situation, or rather, it was Kuzmikev on the Sens. They bring it back now the other way, and going after it there are the Senators. Turnover generated there by Adam Smeaton, trying to drive into the slot area, but it's picked up by Rafek Dianov. Dianov will send it along the boards. Matthew Manza picks it up, but the Flyers' forecheck once again on display, really forcing turnovers in that neutral zone.
Well, they're kind of taking a page from the book of the Senators in the first couple of games. Just that great neutral zone defense that's been making it difficult for Mississauga to get up into the offensive zone. Just that aggressiveness through that neutral area, getting on those passes, not allowing the Senators to make plays, can make the game really frustrating for Mississauga.
9:40 minutes to play now in this first period between the Sens and Flyers, still scoreless at Scotiabank Pond. As the puck is dropped now, Sens win it back, but it's held in by Don Mills. Shot off the boards was redirected wide, and on the counterattack comes Mississauga. Trying to lead the rush there the other way was Angelo Maggiani, but he just lost possession. And they keep it in play, and Muzinski's able to pick it up and sends it over to Connors. A pass up the middle now. Sean Costello wasn't able to maintain possession. Almost doing the splits there on that play. Going down awkwardly was a Flyers player and Charlie Pantalone, but it appears he'll be okay as we have a stoppage of play.
Well, yeah, that was just Pantalone trying to stay onside as the puck came over the line. Ultimately, didn't work as the Flyers get called for it, but the effort there from Pantalone you have to respect.
And that'll be a face-off outside the offensive blue line for Don Mills. Trying to win that back, but the Sens come first. Here's Jaden Connors now, looking for options in front of him. I'll send the puck up the ice for Caden Taylor. Down low, wasn't able to get to it. Along the boards there was Medopoulos trying to set it up. And it's turned back here by Trozo. Trozo will try to feed Taylor, but it was intercepted by the Flyers. This time Mississauga gains the entry, and it's a shot by Taylor, gloved down by Poland.
Good save by Poland there, and a great play by Caden Taylor to get that shot off with the defender right on him. It takes a lot of skill to be able to get that shot off with accuracy and with speed when you have a defender right in front of you like that. He just curls it and drags it and gets that shot away in a quick fashion and gets it on goal, ultimately able Poland standing tall on that opportunity.
And it'll be the Sean Costello line now taking the offensive zone face-off, but Don Mills wins it back. Sending it up the ice. It was Jimmy Lombardi starting off the attack as he sends it in deep. Trying to cycle it off. Trying to go for a wraparound chance. There was nobody in front of the net, though. And Shamar Moses has it defensively for the Flyers as they set up the counterattack. A quick pass up the ice. Couldn't find Moses, but they regain possession. Here is Smeaton. Adam Smeaton in front! Stopped by Ivan Kovic. It's still loose behind the goal. And the best chance of the night for the Flyers thus far. Along the half wall now. It's a quick shot by Anzi Show. Just redirected wide of the net as the Sens look to clear. And great work there. Another rush chance and a nifty passing by Don Mills.
Well, they've done a great job with their passes on the rush, finding the open player and getting them to the net. Just finding ways to get lost in that Senators coverage on the rush has made a huge difference early on in this game, and the Flyers surely want to capitalize on one of those soon.
And it appears we could have our first penalty of this game now. We saw some sprawling bodies, and yes, it does appear Adam Valentini could be heading to the penalty, we'll wait word. And yeah, but it does appear Mississauga is heading to the power play. So we saw this happen last game. The Flyers had some penalty issues, and
well, they're already in better shape than they were at this point in the last game, having already surrounded a 5-on-3 at this point in game 2, but surely they want to get a good kill here and build some momentum.
And now a potential shorthanded chance there. Hartnett going after it, but the puck is won back by the Sens. Bringing it back out to the other end of the ice there. Taylor couldn't maintain possession. It's a good start for this Flyers penalty kill. Jaden Connors is forced back now as he looks to break out the puck. He sends it up the ice now for Ethan Broussard. Broussard with a burst of speed will send it along the boards, trying to find Taylor, but it was Lombardi getting to it first. As they send it back down the ice, he can hear the cheers and stick taps from the bench. The Flyers really playing to survive. And we saw in the last game, they killed off all but 2 of those penalties that they took, of the 6 of them. Looking for a similar effort here. Jaden Connors now trying to go for the shot pass on that attempt, but there were no sticks in front. Here is Taylor, quick shot. And it was blocked in front by Max Anderson. They'll send it around the boards. And it's cleared once again with 6:45 to go in this first period as Muzinski's taking in hard along the boards. Looking to escape that as we now see the second unit come on the ice. And the play is called for offside.
Well, it's been a good penalty kill so far from these Don Mills Flyers. They did a great job being aggressive and getting on the Senators in their own zone. And when they've cleared the puck, they haven't been sitting back and waiting for the Sens to come to them. They've always had at least one man all the way up in the offensive zone, putting pressure on the puck carrier and trying to turn that over.
And it's the Flyers now who draw the penalty. So we will have 38 seconds of 4-on-4 action, and they'll follow that up with 1:22 on the power play. So good work rewarded for Don Mills. As the puck is brought back out now by the Sens. Here's Ethan Broussard with it, trying to send that in front of the net. As we have a penalty called now against Don Mills. So rather, what once was thought to be good, it appears we'll have another penalty called. against Don Mills.
Well, that's the discipline that we talked about in the last game for Don Mills coming into play once again, as they would have had a power play here, but now they're going to have to kill off some 4-on-3.
Well, luckily in 24 seconds it will be Shamar Moses coming back on the ice. That's someone you want out there on 4-on-4 with open ice. So look out for that and see how that could develop for the Flyers. But nonetheless, Sens have 24 seconds of 4-on-3 action. Directing traffic now is Connor, sending that over to Taylor. Caden Taylor will send that in for Valentini. He'll circle around down low. Nearly losing it, but retrieving it back. Here is a shot from Gabe Trozo. Just redirected wide. Matthew Manza picking it up. Back over to Trozo. Moses on the ice. So we are playing 4-on-4 now for the time being. As the Flyers regain possession now. And look to enter the offensive zone. With it there the other way now. They drop it back to Moses. Shamar Moses in front. Looking for the one-time shot, but there was nobody where he elected to pass that puck. But they keep it in play. With it there is Lombardi. Lombardi just trying to send that in, and Trozo can pick it up. As we see both teams start a line change. 40 seconds left on this 4-on-4. And Taylor will send a quick pass up the ice. Near open ice collision, but was able to avoid it in the last seconds. Was that Sens player. Looked like Ethan Broussard. And both teams just trying not to be too aggressive. They don't want to make that mistake, as we often see in 3-on-3, 4-on-4 situations. But it's the Flyers winning that puck battle. Justin Fernandez now sending that deep for Max Anderson, but the pass went too far and Kuzmikev gets to it. And here's a turnover generated by the Sens. Off the rush now. Trying to dangle through the middle of the ice there was Broussard. But he loses possession. And the Flyers bring it back out. It's the Sens regaining it. And here is Breer Lung. He'll stop up and send it back for Kuzmikev. Trying to go for the shot, but it's brought back the other way. Here is Max Anderson. It's a 2-on-1. And he missed the net with the shot. All the way at the other end now, it's the Sens being forced back for the delayed onside, so they'll send it along the boards. But what a chance for Don Mills off that rush chance.
Oh, that's just a great play. Coming out of the penalty box, Thomas Hartnett gets on the back of Anton Kuzmikev and lifts his stick before he can get that shot away. And following up, Max Anderson picks up the loose puck and flies off into the sunset with it to get that beautiful rush chance, ultimately missing the net.
Well, it's an offensive zone face-off for the Sens as they battle for it there along the corner. It is DNF there going after it. And unable to reach that puck was Connor, so he'll be forced back. Jaden Connors defensively showcasing some of his edge work as they bring it back down the ice. Here's Manza. Couldn't settle down the trickling puck. With it there at the other end, it's Pantalone. Bonomo going after it there. Hitting the player on the ice. Luca Bonomo, the 08 player, showcasing his physicality. But nonetheless, Don Mills keeps it in play. It's a shot there by Hartnett blocked. But it's Harding assisting. And the shot from Adopoulos goes off of his own player and Hartnett in front of the net. And they'll have to skate that off, as we'll now have a stoppage of play.
Well, some good action here as physicality starting to ramp up, and we look here. Does it look for a moment like there is a player headed to the penalty box? It doesn't appear to be the case, as we'll remain 5-on-5 with 2.5 minutes to go in this third period. But great physicality going on in this game, and it really has that playoff atmosphere in a tight, scoreless tie.
Well, it does appear there will be a power play for Don Mills, as I see 4 skaters on the ice for the Senators at this moment. So it will be a power play chance now for the Flyers as they bring it back in. So It's brought back into the neutral zone, but it's Smeaton gaining the entry. Trying to drive to the net there as they'll be forced back. Trying to just send it on goal and look for that rebound chance, but Ivankovic will not allow it. Here is Enzi Show. Sending it over. Quick shot by Sarah Glue. Just off the pad of Ivankovic, and it's Valentini unable to clear. Puck is sent back. Enzi Show trying to hold the blue line, but it's brought back into the neutral zone. Taylor will hustle after Sarah Glue, who makes a pass off the board, rather, as Don Mills regains the entry. Skating around now over to Sarah Glue. He'll send the puck off the boards to himself, and he sends it in deep. Along the half wall there, surveying his options. I'll send it back for Enzi Show. With it there was Anderson over the Show. He'll wind it up. Loose in front. That had some power on it, but it went off the blocker of Ivankovic and out. And the real storyline thus far, number 72, Jack Ivankovic, has allowed this game to be scoreless this far. This might be the best period we've seen from Don Mills in this whole series. Puck is brought back the other way. Drop pass now. Over, but it was picked off by Mississauga. Short-handed. Trying to cut to the middle there, but Shamar Moses was able to generate the turnover. Just 15 seconds left on this man advantage for Don Mills. Starting off the entry there was Lagana. Out to play it was Ivankovic, but kept in play. Here is Harding. Back over for Lagana, as Anderson sent it in deep. Hartnett will battle for it down low. 25 seconds left in this first period. Don Mills continues to hold the zone, searching for that first goal. And it's Tashurna now, generating the turnover. Quick shot, Moses! And that is stopped by Ivankovic.
Well, great setup there on that, just after that power play. And that's sometimes what happens. You know, you can't get really set up on the power play. You're struggling to get through the neutral zone. But once the penalty expires, you're back to 5-on-5. You're in the offensive zone, and you've built a little bit of momentum, and you can get a chance like that on goal. Ultimately, once again, it's a great save from Ivankovic.
16 seconds remaining in this scoreless first period. And Don Mills, the efforts rewarded once again another offensive zone face-off. We'll see what they can create in this limited time. Battling for it there along the half wall now as they send it in deep. At the other end, it's Smeaton just putting it on goal as it goes behind the net. Now Moses after it. One last chance. And that will do it. After 15 minutes to play, we remain scoreless between the Mississauga Senators and Don Mills Flyers in Game 3.
Well, that was a really good period for the Flyers in an elimination game. They're just fighting so hard for every puck. They're aggressive on the forecheck and through the neutral zone, and they were making it really difficult for the Senators to get anything started. And they used that to create chances of their own. They had a couple of really great rush chances. They were passing the puck really well. They were going to the net. They were finding the open man. Ultimately, they couldn't find a way to beat Jack Ivankovic. But if they keep playing the way that they're playing, they're in good shape in this crucial elimination game.
Well, you just mentioned it. What have you liked about Jack Ivankovic's game so much? And has this been perhaps the best period of play he's seen so far from all of this shot volume he's receiving?
Well, he's had a great game so far. He's just been tracking the puck really well. The Flyers have done a good job moving it, but he's done such a good job at staying square to the puck, moves well in his net. And despite the Flyers playing an excellent period, he's done a great job to keep it a scoreless tie. The Flyers will need to up their game even more if they want to beat him here in this second period.
And it'll be the Caden Taylor line starting off against the Dylan Tashurna line for the Flyers as we get set at center ice. Referee having a conversation with everybody, and we are underway in the second period at Scotiabank Pond. It's Lagana now off the rush, trying to send that in for Tashurna, but it was cleared in front of the goal. Already a quick start here, some open ice in this second period. Off the rush, it's a quick shot. A rebound generated there off the initial chance by Long, held in the zone by Kuzmikev. As they cycle the puck, long chance created there by Caden Taylor. And they hold the zone, as we'll have a stoppage of play as it's gloved down by Poland.
Well, a good start to this period from the Senators. It starts with a rush from the Flyers, but the counterattack by the Senators, and then they're able to establish themselves in the offensive zone, keep the puck in there for a little bit, and put a little bit of wear and tear on these Flyers defenders, and get some shots on Abel Poland, who wasn't too busy in that first period.
Sean Costello will line up now as Dylan Tashurna is able to get to that first. I'll send it in around the boards. Looking to clear the zone, but the Sens hold the blue line. Trying to feed that over, but just unsuccessful in doing so. And the Flyers now looking to regain possession as they do. Here's Shamar Moses sending it in deep. First to the puck there was Jaden Connors. Looking to gain inside positioning, but the forecheck of the Flyers on display once again. Battling for possession. Sending that up the ice. And the first to retrieve that was Enzi Show. Show will send that over to Moses, who's back defensively. Over to the stick of Medopoulos now, and the Flyers will skate after it. Ivan Kovic out to play it. Jimmy Lombardi was there, but he was able to make the pass in time. It's the Sens now breaking it up. A long stretch pass the other way, trying to feed it to Broussard. And he'll just be forced to dump it in. And now here is Poland. Had to be careful on that chance, and we'll get some shoving after the whistle. As the ref's arm is up in the air, and that we'll have another penalty to start off this second period.
This is going to be a slashing call, and it's going against Don Mills. It looks like you can see Dylan Tashurna in there pleading his case to the officials. But it's going to be a power play for the Senators here as they try and open the scoring here and push the Flyers just that little bit closer to elimination.
Well, what a chance. You take it when you can get it. And we'll see what can happen on this play. It's PJ Fagan in the box for the Flyers. One of their trusted defensemen. Quick shot on goal by Ryder Graves was gloved down by Poland.
It's a good save by Poland. Through the traffic in front of the net, he tracks the puck down, and he gloves the puck down. So a good stop, and a difficult stop to make. There are multiple bodies in front battling for position, but he finds the puck through all that traffic, and he makes the stop.
Shamar Moses now out on that penalty kill. He's a trustworthy two-way player for this team. It's a cross-seam pass. Trying to send that on goal. Taylor as it goes behind the net. Looking to regain possession. Valentini will help out along the half wall. As it's brought back out by the Flyers, it's a foot race for it. And Ivan Kovic will be forced to play. I'll send that in for Ryder Graves. Graves surveying his options, sends it up the ice now. As they'll be offside on the play, just trying to do too much, and this Flyers penalty kill has really been a standout in this game so far.
Well, the Flyers penalty kill has been a standout in this series so far, and they have been busy. Lots of opportunities for the Senators on the power play, but ultimately they haven't been able to capitalize on a lot of them, and that's a credit to the Flyers, who've been so good at being aggressive on the penalty kill, not giving the Senators the time and space that they want to attack.
And gaining the entry was Jaden Connors, as he'll stop up. And they'll send that over now to Trozo. Trozo along the half wall. Sending that back, Trozo to Connors. Jaden Connors off the boards now. Will feed it to Manza. Manza back over to Connors. Over to Manza. Here's Matthew Manza in front! And Abel Poland had to be sharp on that one.
Great passing there from the Senators on the power play. They just moved the puck around so well in the zone, finding the lanes that they needed to find, and they spread out the Flyers' defense until they could get that perfect cross-seam slot pass in front of the net. But Abel Poland does a great job reading the play quickly. He gets set to the shot, and he makes the save with his chest.
Going after it now there. With just 44 seconds to go in this power play to begin the second. The quick shot there from the point, trying to feed it around. Tried to bank it off the helmet of Poland, but nonetheless, it goes up and out of play, so we'll see some changing bodies now for both special teams.
And that wouldn't have been the first goal that the Senators scored in this series from behind the goal line. You remember, that goal they scored in Game 2 that went off the skate of Poland and in, and no shame in trying that again, as they'll have to reset in the neutral zone.
And here is Bonomo with it. Sending that back. Looking to gain the zone entry there, but Trozo's forced to dump it in, but the Flyers there closing the gaps and forcing them to send it back. With a quick chance once again, brought back out by the Flyers. And Ivan Kovic comes out to play it. Looks like they'll survive another penalty against as we get set to return to 5-on-5. Here's Taylor off the entry. Glove down by Poland, but it remains in play. Loose in front of the goal. All alone in front of the net was Breer Lung, but unable to get the deflection. Down low with it now. Flyers looking to clear, but it's held in by Trozo. Back the other way, it's Moses. Sending it up into the neutral zone. As it's a bouncing puck now. And Trozo's out to play it. Quick pass for Bonomo as they'll send it in deep. Rafek Dianov enters the ice with Matthew Manza. Flyers now on the counter-attack looking to regain possession as they bring it in down low. We'll have a stoppage of play there with a man going down on the ice, and we'll see what the call is.
For the Flyers, you have to hope you're not going to the penalty box again here. Doesn't appear that they will.
Appears there was just a puck that went out of play, so it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Flyers. Shamar Moses taking it, winning that back. Almost able to feed that to Chishuna, but good work there defensively by the Sens. As it's an icing called against them, so the Flyers will be regaining another offensive zone draw.
And that's good news for the Flyers. They haven't had as much of that sustained offensive zone pressure that they did in the first period so far here in period number 2, and they're going to want to try and push that pace in that respect right now as they try and get the lead in this crucial Game 3.
And winning that face-off was the Flyers looking to hold the blue line. It's won back, though, by the Sens, with Dianov speeding up the ice. Going after it now was Tashurna. Just trying to gain an inch. One-on-one chance. Here is Manza. Score! Matthew Manza opens the scoring in Game 3.
What a shot from Matthew Manza as he comes in off the boards into the slot, and just a beautiful drag and release to get it past the defender and past Abel Poland and make this a 1-0 game. That's a rare release that you aren't often able to see. Just a beautiful shot off the drag. He gets it, and it's perfectly placed just past that blocker of Abel Poland to make this a 1-0 game here, 5 minutes into the second period.
And it's been quite a rarity in this series, seeing clean shots like that beat the goaltender, but that was a perfect shot, and you had to give all the credit to Matthew Manza on that play. And here are the Flyers on the counterattack. Here's Max Anderson with a shot of his own, but it's gloved down by Ivan Kovic.
And that's a good save by Ivan Kovic. You know the Flyers wanted to get one back quickly there, and just making the save and hanging on to it to calm things down here, allow his team to reset after that big rush of adrenaline scoring the opening goal here.
On the ice now with it for the offensive zone faceoff. One back by the Sens looking to clear. As it's brought back out by Costello. It's a trickling puck now along the half wall, and the Sens send it back down the ice. Onto the pad of Poland, so no icing called. Nunzi Show is forced back. It's the call up Michael Alexiou sending that up with the little redirection, and now he'll put it on goal. Off the pad of Ivan Kovic as they battle away for it in the corner. The puck is down low. Saying that all the way down the other end now. Picking that up is Nunzi Show. Trying to feed it to his partner Fernandez. Just went over, and Lombardi had to help out. But here was Broussard with it there, winning the race and going after it now down low. Flyers back defensively and are able to recover. With it here now is Max Anderson. Taken down hard by Bonomo. We've seen this physicality really ramp up, especially by Luca Bonomo along the corners. as we have a stoppage of play.
That's an offside, and it looks like just a miscommunication there between Luca Bonomo and Caden Taylor. Taylor just flying into the zone. Looked like he might have been expecting a pass there from Bonomo, who had carried the puck instead, and Caden Taylor was miles ahead of him in the offensive zone for the offside.
And it is the Hartnett line on the ice, losing the face-off to Valentini. Jaden Connors will send that in deep. Poland will play it behind him, and the Sens regroup. Quick shot there off the pad of Poland, and he's able to body it down.
Another good stop from Poland as that shot comes at him pretty quickly. He's just coming out of the corner, the quick turn and shoot. Sometimes can catch that goaltender by surprise, but Poland able to stand tall. He makes the save, and he doesn't allow any rebound.
And it's the Sens on the offensive zone draw. But it's the Flyers winning it back now as they look to get their first goal of the game. Cutting to the middle of the ice, Shamar Moses loses possession as he had a burst of speed, but all the way at the other end now it's Taylor, and gloving that down was Poland.
So now the Senators earn an offensive zone faceoff on that good rush from Caden Taylor, getting it to the net, and he follows up on his rebound as well. He gets to the net after he takes that shot, and that forces Poland to hang on to it. Otherwise, he might have been able to hand it off to one of his defenders and get the rush set up the other way. Instead, it's an offensive zone faceoff.
And for the Flyers, they hope to see more of that from Shamar Moses, just unlocking the creativity and utilizing his skill set to rush up the ice and use his size and skill to his advantage as they bring it back in the other way to transport it. Staying on side there, but it's Connors forcing it back now. Along the boards, multiple bodies falling, so here come the Sens on the attack there, trying to feed it in front for days, but it just went too far as they go after it once again. In the offensive zone are the Senators. The puck is down low. Here is Manza with it. Going after in front, and it will be a penalty called once again. As with 7:20 to go in this second period, we will see the Flyers heading back to the penalty box.
And that's the discipline we've been talking about all series long. Is going to be PJ Fagan heading off once again for Don Mills on that call. And for the Mississauga Senators, this is a huge opportunity to really try and establish yourself in this game. A 2-0 lead in a game where your goaltender has been playing so well can feel almost insurmountable. So a goal on this power play would be absolutely huge for a power play that has struggled in this series against the penalty killing of the Flyers.
For the Flyers, you know what they're thinking. They're going to do whatever they can to make sure they do not go down 2-0. As Connor sends that over to Manza, the goal scorer. Here is Manza. Putting it on net. There was a net front presence with Caden Taylor in front, but wasn't able to gain the redirection as it's sent back out. Out the plate now, Ivan Kovic had to be careful, as Ryder Graves will assist defensively as they bring it back up. Over the stick now, it's Connors jumping up as a defenseman. We know he likes to activate into the rush, but it goes up and out of play.
Doesn't look like penalties coming on that clear out of play. Took a bounce on its way out, so it'll remain 5-on-4, sorry, for a minute 19. And Mississauga hasn't been able to establish themselves in the offensive zone so far here on this power play, and that's a credit once again to this Flyers penalty kill, getting in those passing lanes and putting pressure on the shooter.
Big fan of this Gabriel Trozo, Willie Muzinski deep pairing on the second unit, and they're out there with Caden Taylor looking to make this a 2-0 game. A battle there along the half wall, sent back past the blue line. Muzinski will send it up. With it there was Broussard. Now back over to Valentini. Cross seam pass for Broussard. Broussard surveying his options. We'll send it back to Taylor. Over to Valentini. Valentini now in front of the net. Was picked off by Moses, and he'll skate it up. Short-handed chance for the Flyers. Here is Lombardi cutting to the middle of the ice. Jimmy Lombardi. And it was in transition. Gabriel Trozo, the blue liner, forcing him to the outside. Couldn't do anything on it. Odd man attack now for the Sens. Here's Taylor. Had an option there with Valentini behind him, but elected to pass it in front of the net. Muzinski now will send it back the other way Valentini now to Taylor. Another pass. And we're seeing with the Sens right now just one pass too many on this power play. With it, there is Trozo. Stopping up was Valentini. Rebound chance, but the Flyers will be able to clear.
And with the Senators, you can see when they're feeling it on the power play there, when they're moving the puck well, and they're also moving their bodies, just shifting the plays around and trying to get some defenders caught out of position there through their puck movement and through their body movement. And it worked pretty well there. They got a couple of good chances, but like you said, just that one extra pass a couple times might have cost them a good chance on net.
Trozo will send that up the boards as the Flyers get to it first. Smedin along the boards. We'll try to send that up, but the Sens hold the blue line as they battle away for it and send it up the ice. In the neutral zone now, the Sens regain possession. It's a delayed onside, so being forced to send that in was Sean Costello. Poland out to move it. And here are the Flyers on the counterattack now with 4:30 to go in this second period from Scotiabank Pond. Through the neutral zone with speed, just turned over once again by the Sens. Waiting up. Here is Luca Bonomo! Just missing the net on that attempt, but there was some traffic in front. Into the corner there now. And picking up the puck just past the red line is Anderson. Max Anderson now will put it on goal. He'll skate it around the zone. Here is Anderson looking for options. Anderson with options in front. As the Sens are able to clear it and send it back the other way. Here is Harding over to Medopoulos. Up the ice now. And winning that race was Tashurna. Over to Alexiou to call up. Trying to win that battle along the boards, but it's the Sens to it first. As it's up the other way. Some good work there by Harding to regain possession. As he'll be forced back once again by this Sens forecheck. And they send it up the ice. Moses now out to play it. And sends it and alone. Here's Michael Alexiou with a quick shot. Another chance. Rebound by Ivan Kovic. And Medopoulos will send a pass along the board. Good work there by the Flyers in the offensive zone. Trying to get to it once again. It's the Sens able to clear, and it could be a break. Valentini can't get to it in time as Poland's out to play it. Harding will have to skate back. Another chance in front! And Long can't get the shot through. Lombardi out defensively. And for the Flyers, they escape danger in that sequence. Back the other way with it. Down low, they are with it. It's Shamar Moses. Back over to Lombardi. Lombardi can't get to it. Kuzmikev was first. And the Sens clear it once again. As they're really just forcing Don Mills to the outside. They can't get to that inner slot. It's Ryder Graves now gaining inside position, but the Flyers generate the turnover. Loose in front. Here is Moses! Drawing the call in the process as Ivan Kovic sprawls for the save.
Well, just as you were saying that the Flyers are having difficulty cutting to that slot area, Shamar Moses makes a great play, gets past one defender, and gets right into that slot area for that backhand try. Ivan Kovic once again making a remarkable save. But Shamar Moses draws the penalty, so now with 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go, it's going to be a 2-minute power play for Don Mills.
It's Breer Long heading to the penalty box now. And Dylan Tashurna will take the draw for Don Mills, looking for that goal. It's the Sens winning it and clearing the zone. Had to send all the way back down the ice, so Poland will have to play it. Looking to transport it out now. As we see the likes of PJ Fagan out on the ice with Max Anderson, another big hit. Certainly does not want the hat trick of penalty calls against him. But nonetheless, along the half wall holding the zone there was Tashurna. Though that one chance will be forced back by Costello. On the far side now, they'll just dump it in. Ivan Kovic out to play it. And it's Bonomo now trying to hold the zone was Harding, but It squeaks through him, so Poland will be out to play it once again with Manza entering the ice. He'll have to make a quick decision, and he does. Along the boards now. They'll send it up. It's Tashurna over to Anderson. Forced back by Manza. And just textbook penalty killing by the Senators.
Well, special teams have been the story of this game so far. Both teams have had plenty of opportunities to strike on the power play, but both sides so good defensively, killing off these penalties and making sure that this stays a close game. And it comes from that aggressive, tight checking on the penalty kill.
45 seconds to go in this second period. Flyers still looking for their first goal of the game. And it's a shorthanded opportunity as it was a shot from the point off the pad of Poland. Getting the entry, here is Lombardi. Up the ice, here is Moses! And that shot just went up and out of play, or rather into the glove of Ivan Kovic.
That shot definitely deflected along the way. Might have ramped off a stick a little bit. Good job from Ivan Kovic to track that through the traffic, through the deflections, and make the glove stop. Now 28 seconds remaining in this second period. The Flyers would love to tie this before the third.
And they still have time. It's just about winning that offensive zone face-off and setting up their formation. They'll instead have to battle for it along the boards with it. It's Anzi Show holding the zone. Able to get into that was Lombardi. Back over to Moses. One last chance. Anzi Show. Back over on the far side, trying to feed it to Moses. He keeps it in play, but the Sens will force it back and send it up down the ice. And that will do it from Scotiabank Pond. After 30 minutes of play, it's the Mississauga Senators leading 1-0 in an elimination game against the Don Mills Flyers.
Well, the Flyers have to be proud of the game they've played so far, despite being down. They had a great first period. The second period, they weren't able to establish themselves in the offensive zone as much, and they're going to need to do that in the third if they want a chance to win this game and keep their season alive. And for the Senators, it's the special teams that have been so important. The penalty kill perfect so far. The power play, wishing they could have added a little bit more of a spark with the opportunities that they've been given. But the third period will be crucial in this close elimination game.
While with family in the crowd and scouts in the building, you can feel the tension as we'll be back for the third period of Game 3 between the Mississauga Senators and Don Mills Flyers. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to the third period, Game 3, Flyers Senators from Scotiabank Pond. Jordan Jacklin and Jaden Ho, and we're officially underway. Flyers winning it back, down 1-0, looking for the equalizer. Played it in down low. The Sens are able to regain possession now. Looking for a chance to go to the second round. Nice work for the 2-on-1! And just unable to get that shot on net. But already an early rush opportunity.
Good start from the Sens there as they try and step on the throats of the Flyers here, but Don Mills isn't going to go away that easily here.
And the puck is loose in front of the net. Won back by the Sens. Here is Taylor. Nifty work. Drop pass for Valentini unclear. And it's now a 2-on-1 for the Flyers. With a shot off the pad of Ivan Kovic. And what a start to this third period. And with it there behind the play now. Dropping back was Ryder Graves. Trying to send a stretch pass up for Costello. And it's Broussard holding the zone. Nice work. Ethan Broussard on the alone. Stopped by Poland.
What a play. Breaking into the zone there to get to the front of the net. Just cutting through all the defenders and winning that battle. But Poland stands tall, and that's an absolutely massive save. An early goal in this third period for the Senators could be a backbreaker for Don Mills.
An unbelievable move by Ethan Broussard as he'll stay on the ice now. As the Flyers send it in back deep. Out to get it was Graves. No icing on the play. Will be challenged by Smeaton. On the far side now. Crossing pass sent over to Kuzmikev. And the puck is down low. Maggioni after it. Big open ice collision down low by the Sens. Laying the body. As they keep it in play. It is Moses defensively sending it around the boards. It's brought back out into the neutral zone. Along the red line, Costello trying to get to it. But being forced back there was Graves, so Graves will look for options in front of him as he's forced all the way back. Ryder Graves now along the half wall. Well, get some assistance from Dianov, and it's Medopoulos forcing the turnover and sending that out as the Flyers have changing bodies. Manta couldn't hold the zone there as the Flyers forecheck forced them back. And 12:40 to go now in this third period with the Sens leading 1-0 as we'll have a stoppage of play.
Got some good end-to-end action. The Senators really doing a great job setting the tone in this third period with that big hit down low. They're trying to make sure that the Flyers know that they're not going to give up this lead easily, and that Flyers are going to have to work for it, and that's going to make it a real difficult task for Don Mills to try and climb back into this game.
And going after that puck there, Ryan Days just trying to get to it. Here is Manza on the far side shot. There's a rebound in front. Here's Days! And that one can't squeak by Poland. There's a trickling puck now all the way at the other end. Ivan Kovic will send it for Trozo. And Gabe Trozo now had to be careful there along the boards as the Flyers regain possession. Brought back down to the other end of the ice. Going after it, there's Alexiou. Laying the body on Trozo as they keep it in the offensive zone. Here's Alexiou behind the net. Going after it there along the boards, with the puck will just bounce over the stick of Fernandez. Here's Anzi Show with it now for a stretch pass for Alexiou. Michael Alexiou with the shot. Score! Michael Alexiou into the lineup and onto the score sheets.
What a play from Alexiou, just busting into the zone there, and it's a perfectly placed shot past the glove of Ivan Kovic. Finally, the Flyers managed to break through that goaltender, and it's Michael Alexiou, the call-up in his first game of these playoffs, with an absolutely huge goal to tie this game in the third period.
What an unbelievable moment from Michael Alexiou, and suddenly we're tied at 1. Make sure to stay tuned for the rest of this, as it's only going to get better from here. Sens now in the offensive zone. Will send it back down. Here's the Flyers on the odd man attack. Going after it. With it there now along the boards. Into the corner. Caden Taylor is able to get to it as the puck is sent back out. And we'll have a stoppage of play now, as we'll see both teams have line changes.
Well, icing called here against Don Mills, and that'll set up a good opportunity for the Mississauga Senators. You know they're going to want to respond quickly here after that Alexiou goal tied the game, and if they can take the lead again, it'll be really backbreaking.
Here is Manza with the shot! And that is stopped off the arm of Poland. What a chance for 55. And it's a near breakaway chance the other way for the Flyers, as Shamar Moses was nearly left all alone. And we're really seeing the desperations of both these teams on display, Jaden.
Yeah, you can really see both teams want this game so badly. The Senators would love to get into the second round, and they've got an odd man rush here.
And here's a 2-on-1 the other way. Wasn't able to feed Manza, who was alone in front, as he'll battle away for it down low. Going after it there now. The Flyers regain it, and we'll send it in off the stick of Smeaton. Along the boards there, the Sens regain possession as they look to set up the breakout. But they're forced back by the Flyers. Here are the Flyers now. Shamar Moses trying to drive in, was forced to turnstile. And we'll just throw it on goal, and it's off the body of Trozo. And it's Ryder Graves starting the breakout for Mississauga. Stretch pass finds Caden Taylor, trying to put it on goal on the far side. And the rebound will be cleared out by Don Mills, who's on the counterattack. Broken up by the Sens and brought back the other way. Quick shot, Taylor just redirected wide, up and out of play.
Good play there by the Senators. They get into the offensive zone and they earn themselves an offensive zone face-off here. They're going to want to just try to establish their game, establish their forecheck, and try and retake the lead here.
And 9:44 minutes of play to go in this third period. An offensive zone face-off now. Adam Valentini having a quick chat with his wingers. Drawing up the play quickly. One-time chance! And that one went off the blocker of Poland and up. It's Don Mills down the counter-attack, going down hard there with Dylan Tashurna. And the physicality continues to ramp up. Both teams giving it all on every body check. Just past the red line there. Taylor skipped over him, but it's Taylor in alone! And Poland makes the save! Another chance in front! And into the corner there. Going after it now. They continue to battle away for it along the boards. It is Taylor. Really having an excellent shift. And now it's a quick shot. Jaden Connors scores! Jaden Connors! 2-1 Senators!
And that shot from Jaden Connors, it looks like it hits a stick in front, and I think it's off a Flyers stick in front of the net, and it bounces past Abel Poland and makes this a 2-1 game, and that's what we were talking about with the Senators. They established their game, they established their forecheck, they put the pressure on the Flyers defenders, and they got shots to the net, and ultimately one of them found its way through, and now the Senators have retaken the lead in this game.
And with 8:56 to go, the Flyers looking for an answer to try to tie up this game at 2. As they have possession with it. Sending that over to Anderson. Cross-ice pass now. Broken up by Bonomo. And it's Ivan Kovic out to play it in his zone then. Getting some assistance from Trozo. And Days is back defensively. Trying to hold the blue line they do are the Flyers. It was kept in by Bregliano. Here it is down low now. Trying to regain inside positioning, but the Sens doing everything they can defensively to not make a mistake as they send it up the ice. Dianoff will step back to stay on side. And it's another open ice collision. Don Mills laying the body, and they have to be careful of being disciplined. They cannot take a penalty at this point, Jaden.
Well, despite the fact that their penalty kill has been so good, it's a really bad time to take one here. They can't really afford any loss of time as they try and tie this game up. And they're running out of time here in their season if they can't find a way to equalize.
Going after it there was Ethan Broussard on the Senators. Sending it up the half wall. Onto the stick of Jaden Connors, who at this moment could have the game-winning goal. After it there is Connors just setting it on net off the pad of Poland. Jean Costello in disagreements there of a referee decision. As the Flyers are now on the counterattack, it's Jared Harding jumping up. Sending it on goal. Off the pad of Ivan Kovic and back out. Medopoulos will send it up the ice. Onto the stick of Moses. Quick shot. There's a rebound in front. And Max Anderson can't put it home. Battling away for it down low. Onto the stick of Hardin. Wasn't able to keep it in play. It's a 2-on-1 potential breakaway. Stopped by Poland. Wasn't able to get the shot through. Another chance. Caden Taylor open. Will throw it on goal. And the Flyers escape danger on that sequence.
Well, the Flyers once again relying on Abel Poland to make a huge stop. Going down 3-1 there would have been probably the end of their season with under 7 minutes to go. But Abel Poland stands tall on that breakaway and keeps this a 1-goal game.
And it's another odd man attack. Here's Valentini. And it is Poland once again making the stop. He'll go for a quick skate around and quite the chance here. Senators offensive zone face-off, really continuing to put on the pressure. They are not backing off.
And for Don Mills, you really want to be getting in the opposite end right now. You should be putting all the pressure on the Senators as you tie this game, and being stuck in your own zone is going to be a problem as they continue to run out of time here.
Going after it now is Don Mills, but it's the Sens generating the turnover as they hold the offensive zone. With it now is Anzi Show sending it up off the stick of Tashurna. And Trozo will go to retrieve it. Trozo along the boards there being challenged, but Ryder Grace will assist. As they send a cross-ice pass up for Breer Lung. He'll just put it on goal, and Caden Taylor will send it along the boards. Long on the forecheck. Can't escape the Flyers defenseman. And they bring it back out now. Here's Tashurna gaining the entry. Dylan Tashurna on the far side, putting it on goal. And is redirected by Ivan Kovic. A burst of speed by Long. The other way for Long! And it's another sprawling effort by Abel Poland.
And my goodness, what a chance that was for Long. He gets the return pass and cuts across, and I have no idea how Abel Poland managed to keep that out with all the changes in direction and all the sudden movements of the puck, but a huge stop once again.
And Caden Taylor was open for a chance there, but they weren't able to connect for a pass. Less than 5 minutes to go from Scotiabank Pond. Sens leading 2-1 over the Flyers. Going after it now. Here's Anderson for a shot. Glove down by Ivan Kovic and brought back the other way. Here are the Senators. It's Dianov now, putting it on goal. And it trickles in down low. Days unable to get to it there. As the Flyers searching for answers, as we'll have a stoppage of play.
Some pushing and shoving there between Days and PJ Fagan after the whistle, and the officials quick to break that up. So 4.5 minutes to go now. It's a 1-goal lead for Mississauga, and Don Mills just doing everything they can to try and extend their season, force this game to overtime, and try and force a Game 4.
It's Jimmy Lombardi on the draw, trying to win that back. It's all of their big players in Lombardi, Tashurna, and Moses on the ice.
You can expect to see a lot more of them for the rest of this game.
PJ Fagan unable to hold the blue line, so coming back to it is Fernandez. With it there, here's Matthew Manza trying to send it in front, unable to connect on a pass there, as there was a lone Senator in front of the net.
And the Senators now, they're doing a good job at taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the Flyers, who are needing to take risks and jump up into the rush as they try and tie this game up. And the Senators have done a great job finding those holes left by the attacking defenders.
It was just Manza missing on a shot again. He's already got 5 in the game, and perhaps is my standout player of this whole game so far. In terms of the skater side, Matthew Manza has really impressed.
Yeah, he's been so good tonight. He's done a great job of getting up onto the attack, creating chances with his skills and with his speed. And the Flyers have had a really hard time shutting him down outside of Abel Poland, who's done an excellent job at keeping him silent in this game.
3:51 remaining in this third period now, as the puck is won back by the Flyers, but it's Breer Long chasing after it, and he's first to it. Setting down along the boards, trying to find Taylor, but Jared Harding will send it in along the boards, and now we'll start the breakout. It's a cross-seam pass over for Smeaton, putting it on goal. Trying to find a rebound in front of the net, but unable to do so. At some point, you have to wonder when goaltender Abel Poland will be pulled. You have to think in the coming minutes that will be a decision that head coach Darryl Levi will have to make. Into the corner, they're battling away for it there, and it's Fernandez unable to hold the zone. Out to play it now is Poland. I'll just tip it up for Sarah Glue. Marcos Sarah Glue will start up the breakout past the red line over to Lagana. Marcus Lagana will turn back, needing assistance. Being forechecked by the Senators. And along the boards, they're going after it. It's the Flyers keeping it in play, and Medopoulos can't hold the blue line. And they're forced back once again, but icing will be called.
And now with 2:41 to go, a huge offensive zone face-off here for Don Mills. They get the icing call, and they'll really need to try and establish themselves. Ideally, they'd want to be in the offensive zone for the rest of this game if they don't manage to tie it at this point. Just 2:41 remaining, and no goaltender pull quite yet, but you can expect that probably within the next minute.
One back there, and NZ Show is able to hold it in the zone, but it's brought back by Broussard. Trying to feed that over to Costello, and it's Broussard in down low. Is able to win that foot race. He'll just play it around the perimeter, trying to buy time. Manza trying to feed that in for Costello. Will go back for it. Great shift here for this Sens second line. And here come the Flyers now on the counterattack. Brought back in by Lombardi as Moses gets to it. Moses trying to feed that back, and it's held in as they battle for it along the boards. And this is what the Sens want. Dead action, puck not moving, as the Flyers search for their lives here in Game 3, looking to force overtime.
It's a long battle along the boards. The Senators surely happy with that.
But they're able to get it out. Here are the Sens now kept in play there along the blue line by Sarah Glue. It's loose in front of the goal. Trying to get to that was Tashurna, but it's brought back in. A flood pass, loose in front of the net. They still poke away at it. Enzi Show trying to put it on goal. Wasn't able to find the net. A battle along the half wall with it. Costello holding his man. Here's Enzi Show with a quick shot. Loose in front, score! It's Tashurna! 1:15 to go, and we are tied at 2!
Dylan Tashurna with the biggest goal of his season so far ties this game at 2, and it's just chaos in front of that net. The Flyers have the empty net, they have the bodies, they put them to the front of the goal, they put pucks on net, and Dylan Tashurna finds that puck through the chaos and he bangs it home. And with 1:15 remaining, this game is almost certainly headed to overtime.
And just like that, we are tied at 2 once again. 1:12 to go in this third period. Certainly needing overtime here. As you're watching GTHL hockey in the 6, does it get any better than this? Brought back out now. Going after it there. Delayed onside, so PJ Fagan will pick it up. Flyers able to keep their season alive for now. And are looking to extend it with one more. It's a foot race now. Jaden Connors trying to get to it, but it's picked up by Valentini. Trying to send a pass up the ice here for Long! Over the head of Poland. There was a rebound, but unable to capitalize on it. With it here, winding up for the shot was Kuzmikev, but it was blocked in front. Another chance from the slot, trying to get it through. As the Sens are looking to end this in regulation, but they're unable to do so. Ivan Kovic will send a stretch pass up into the neutral zone. Just missing the feed there along the play, so Medopoulos will force it back. And maybe one last chance for Don Mills. Up the ice now, they'll send it in deep. Shamar Moses after. The Sens win the puck, and that will do it. Game 3 will need to be decided in overtime.
Well, what a moment here for these players. Backs against the wall, the Don Mills Flyers show the fight and the resolve that they have, tying the game up in the final couple of minutes. And now they're going to need to show it again. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime. And a shootout, if necessary, will decide the fate of the Don Mills Flyers season as they fight to extend it here in Mississauga. They want to get this series over with. They don't want to give these Flyers an inkling of hope here going into a potential Game 4. They want to be headed off to the second round before 5 minutes is up here. So some drama certainly in store for us here over the next few minutes, as we'll see who they send out for this crucial first face-off of 3-on-3 overtime. We all know that possession is so crucial in 3-on-3 overtime, and it looks like Jimmy Lombardi will be out there for Don Mills. And
both teams are now out. We see Caden Taylor with Adam Valentini and Gabriel Trozo for the Sens. And for the Flyers, we see Anzi Show, Shamar Moses, and Jimmy Lombardi.
Plenty of talent on the ice here. And for what's sure to be a nail-biting ending of Game 3.
And we are underway in overtime. 3-on-3. Don Mills wins it back. And it's Anzi Show with it. A drop pass there for Lombardi. We'll send it up the ice. Circling back for options over to Enzi Show. He'll walk the blue line. Enzi Show back for Moses. Moses looking for options. He'll be forced back as they look to regain the rush. Enzi Show over to Moses. We'll send it in for Enzi Show. 3-on-2 for the Flyers. Moses trying to get to that, but it was picked up by the Sens as they regain possession. Up the ice they go as the Flyers will get a quick line change. Have to be careful on this one, as there was a stretch pass just missing the stick there of the Senators. So it'll be the Flyers now forcing the turnover with Caden Taylor on the ice for Mississauga. Here's Dylan Tasherna, waiting for options. We'll skate a lap and send it back for Fagan. PJ Fagan. Back over to Anderson. Max Anderson will turnstile around, but we'll need assistance, and it's brought back the other way. Here is Mississauga. It's a 2-on-1. Matthew Manza! What a save by Poland! Off the pad, and he made sure that didn't go by him. Brought back out now the other way. Fagan unable to clear, and here's a chance once again. Ethan Broussard on the far side. Trying to feed that up for Connors, but it deflected off the stick of Fagan. Trying to get to it now as they're below the goal line, and they'll send it up. The pass just missing the stick of that Flyers player, so it is Broussard able to get to it. Have to be careful there, though, along the corners. It's Ethan Broussard now with it. Just under 3 minutes to go of this 3-on-3 overtime. And we know it takes a while to set up sometimes in this formation, in this setting. But they send it up the ice. Here is Long cutting to the middle. Stopped by Poland.
Great play there by Breer Long. He cuts past the defender, gets in to the slot, and he tries that backhander. But it's a great save. Good positional stop there as Poland stands tall and saves the season of the Flyers.
And it's an offensive zone face-off as Sean Costello looks to win it. He was tied up by Lombardi, and it's Don Mills regaining possession. Looking to skate it up the ice now. They were forced back. With it there, nifty work to be deceptive in transition, as it's an odd man attack now for the Flyers in front! Unable to connect on a pass with Lombardi, and he'll be forced to skate it all the way to the other end. It's Jared Harding. Trying to regain possession there in a stretch pass now the other way. Back onto the stick of Trozo. Gabe Trozo with it. We'll send it up now for Valentini. Here's Adam Valentini. Nice work! Loose in front! And another miraculous stop by Abel Poland!
More great work from the Senators there. Valentini cutting through the defense and getting to the net, but Poland stands tall once again on that break.
And going after it now, 1:40 left in this overtime. Will we need a shootout? Here's Jaden Connors now entering the offensive zone. He'll turn back. Back over to Valentini. Back in front. Here's Valentini cutting to the middle, taken down on the play, and there will be a penalty called against Don Mills.
So a penalty in overtime here as Valentini once again using his legs to get to the slot and draw a hooking call here. And with 1:23 to go, this is absolutely crucial, as it'll be 4-on-3. And the Flyers' penalty kill has been effective so far, but...
And it's PJ Fagan, the hat trick of penalties called against him in Game 3.
And a timeout now called, as the teams will try and settle things down. The Don Mills Flyers just trying to survive this power play and then try and win this game in the shootout.
So if you're Mississauga, who are the 4 skaters you are sending out onto the ice right now?
Well, I think Caden Taylor needs to be out there. He's a star. I think Matthew Manza deserves to be out there with the way that he's played in this game. We were mentioning him earlier. Ryder Graves, a great defenseman. Jaden Connors as well has had a great game. And I think Adam Valentini has shown in this overtime that he deserves to be out there on this power play. So we'll see who gets sent out. It does look like Valentini, Connors, Taylor are out there along with Ethan Broussard to try and finish this game and finish the sweep.
Well, are you watching this? Because this is certainly going to be must-watch hockey. Overtime action continuing, and it's Mississauga with the man advantage for the remaining 1:15, trying to end the season of the Don Mills Flyers in the opening round of the GTHL playoffs. Skating it up the ice. Here is Connors. Surveying his options, will send it back. Valentini over to Broussard, just missing the stick on the follow-up pass to Valentini. Connors finds Valentini, back to Connors. Connors will set it up. Valentini will wait as they switch sides. Here's Adam Valentini with the shot. Score! It's over! Adam Valentini has won it for Mississauga!
Adam Valentini, what an overtime he's had. He draws the penalty and he finishes it off. The series winner in Game 3 as the Don Mills Flyers end their season on a heartbreaking note. They came so close, the fight to get back into the game and tie it, and you can see the devastation there from the Don Mills Flyers after that goal, but elation on the other end for the Mississauga Senators.
And that's going to end it for this first round playoff series between these two sides. The Mississauga Senators sweeping the Don Mills Flyers in 3 straight games. Certainly didn't feel like that. These were close matchups, but that will do it for Jaden Ho. I'm Jordan Jacklin, and you've watched GTHL Hockey in the 6th. Stay tuned for more playoff coverage.